Teen mom Jenelle Evans' ex-boyfriend David Eason is accused of punching her kid Kaiser multiple times in the face, according to Nathan Griffith, the preteen who is the father of Kaiser. Nathan, who is 37 years old and formerly appeared on Teen Mom 2, gave an exclusive on-camera interview to the United States Sun. In the interview, he revealed frightening allegations regarding the abuse of his kid while he was in the care of his ex-wife Jenelle, who is 32 years old, and her second husband, David, who is 36 years old. The father of two, who claims to have been clean and sober for more than 130 days and has been making efforts to get his life back on track, is of the opinion that his son, who is Jenelle's middle kid, has been neglected by his mother and his ex-stepfather during the course of his life. Nathan stated that he is of the opinion that Kaiser's older brother Jace, who is 15 years old, has frequently placed responsibility on him for the actions that the adolescent is believed to have committed against their younger sister Ensley, who is 8 years old. When they were younger, Kaiser told me Jace threw a rock and hit Ensley in the head and blamed Kaiser, and Kaiser got the living crap beat out of him for it, he told the Sun newspaper in the United States. Nathan added that everything that had to do with Ensley, Jenelle's youngest and only daughter, would be subject to the wrath of her father, David. If Kaiser did anything to Ensley, and this is how sick and sordid this stuff is, then Ensley would have died. The fact that Ensley continued to play with him, hit him, and pinch him prompted Kaiser to pinch her back. Ensley didn't get in trouble, but David supposedly reached around, pinched him as hard as he could, and made him bleed on the arm, and he has a scar on his shoulder from him. Kaiser told me that David punched him in the face several times. It was Nathan who persisted on the matter. Nathan stated that he had sent Jenelle a text message after she had abruptly removed the 10-year-old boy from school in Tennessee on the third day of his attendance, in order to force him to return to live with her in Las Vegas. By way of a text message, Nathan allegedly conveyed the following message to Jenelle: "If you weren't so proud, you should have left him in my care a very, very long time ago. Apart from the fact that you let that monster to touch my son, which further demonstrates that you are a monster since you are allowing all of this to take place. This young man is going to be dealt a terrible hand for the rest of his life, and you don't seem to care about it." Continuing his explanation, Nathan stated to the United States Sun, "This is the reason why I was telling Jenelle that she is a monster. At the time, she was enabling that to take place with my son." Subsequently, Nathan went on to assert that he is of the opinion that Kaiser has an underbite due to the fact that when Kaiser was 2 years old, David reached around and punched him in the jaw. "During that time, I didn't see Kaiser for 3 months. We kept on going over to her house trying to pick him up, but she kept on denying us, so we think his jaw got broken somehow, and that's why he had an underbite for the longest time." David's criminal attorney, who is representing him after he was accused of strangling Jenelle's oldest son Jace in an incident that occurred a year ago, did not respond to the United States Sun's request for comment or provide any additional information. The allegations of abuse that have been made against David have never been directly or publicly rejected by David. The response from Jenelle: "During a phone chat with Jenelle and August Keene, who had previously been her manager and is now her boyfriend, the two individuals did not refute all allegations of violence committed by David. Nevertheless, they denied that she had ever witnessed anything herself. That David shattered Kaiser's jaw was something that Jenelle denied to the United States Sun. All of my family members, including my sister, had an underbite, and it was just something that needed to be rectified. Kaiser has an underbite because of this. It is not true that I have been checked out for abuse 70 times, and there are other charges that have been made against me as well. Nathan was involved with those cases, and he knows exactly what was brought up, and he knows exactly what happened, and so nothing happened. At this point, August stepped in and corrected the record when it was challenged on whether or not Jenelle was issuing a denial on the allegations of abuse. Denial is not the appropriate term to use. Jenelle is currently in the midst of a situation that she is not at all aware of. Ultimately, she doesn't know 100% if David pinched Kaiser. She doesn't know that 1000%, so I don't think she's denying it. I think she's put in the middle of these things, and that's why David is facing child abuse charges as we speak, August explained to reporters. In the event that David did in fact do such acts, he is currently being held accountable for his actions. I mean, the guy is in a **** ton of trouble. He's facing strangulation charges against Jace, and what goes around comes around, the speaker said. And I'm sure if she knew that 100%, she probably would have reacted the same way as she reacted towards the situation with Jace. After that, August made the mistake of stating that Jenelle was the one who brought the claims of child abuse against David. You could see she filed charges against David for child abuse because that was a little more apparent to her, he explained to reporters. August said, "What I meant is that she is not protecting David." This was in response to the fact that it was pointed out that she was not the one who pressed for reforms, but rather that it was the state of North Carolina. Permit me to make a correction. It is not the case that she is shielding David from anything. Over and over again, the United States Sun persisted in questioning Jenelle directly about the things that she asserted she did not observe in her house with her children. The newspaper The Son of America, "Jenelle, are you denying that you've ever seen David hurt your children or Kaiser specifically?" In response, Jenelle stated, "No, never. A said you are ending future." After having previously disclosed that he is concerned that Jenelle's children have been exposed to drugs, Nathan continued to talk about the road that his son is taking. "What really bothers me is the question of who is going to be held accountable in the event that he makes a significant mistake or finds himself in jail. The fact that the parents cannot be held responsible is a terrible thing. I'm going to tell you that the parents are to blame for 99% of the children that get into problems and the children who behave in a particular manner. I was raised in a decent household, but there was a lot of trauma in my household, and I had to figure out things by myself, and it starts with the parents, about guidance, about educating them, about what to do and what not to do, and showing them love and attention. When he is not receiving love and attention, he finds himself in a difficult situation. Imagine that he is an adult and that he is between the ages of 18 and 19. People are not going to look at his childhood. They're gonna be like, you know what, he did this. It is not my child's fault that he is going to appear to be a bad youngster or a horrible adult now, but he is going to look like that now. Because of the resources that were provided to him, he is simply attempting to make sense of life to the best of his ability, and it is tragic in that regard." After that, the former reality star, who is now 37 years old, expressed his hope that the media will assist in bringing attention to the problem that his kid is currently faced with. But hopefully the media and society can see the seriousness of this and understand that these kids are going to be, even my kid is going to probably grow up to be a menace to society. I mean, hell, I'm right there being a menace to society because of choices, whether I was trying to help somebody, whether I was trying to be the life of the party, or just doing dumb *****. In his explanation, Nathan stated that he is currently on a more positive road. "In order to make amends with myself, I had to embark on a trip, and I am hopeful that I am making progress in the right direction. There is a possibility that I will fall again, and I am looking forward to falling once again. I'm gonna try not to, but I'm trying my best, whether people see it or not." SP lied up in parts. Jenelle relocated Kaiser to live with his grandma Doris in Tennessee earlier this month, only to be yanked from her house just 2 weeks after living there, and just 3 days into starting at a new school. Nathan told out about his anxieties for his kid after Jenelle transferred Kaiser to live with his grandmother Doris. In his statement, Nathan expressed his belief that his ex-partner was making the right decision by relocating Kaiser to Tennessee in order to reside with his grandma. According to Nathan, Kaiser was in a very sticky situation while he was under Jenelle's responsibility. "My son has already edited out for privacy. He already vapes. He's already edited out for privacy. He's already done edited out for privacy. And he's 10 years old," Nathan stated in his statement. According to the father of two, the charges should be taken seriously by the Child Protective Services, CPS, and he stated that his son, who is 10 years old, told him that he got into difficulty at school because of vaping. In an interview with the United States Sun, Jenelle vehemently disputed both the allegations that she has drugs in her home and the allegations that her middle child was caught vaping at school. Comme PLICAGONS with CPS. For a number of years, Child Protective Services has been active in Jenelle's household. In 2019, the Child Welfare Department temporarily withdrew Kaiser from her residence, as reported by Newsweek to have occurred. Nathan stated that his kid was just beginning to adjust to life in Tennessee when Jenelle suddenly changed her mind and made the decision to pick him up and bring him back to Las Vegas at that moment. He claims that she took Kaiser out of school on Friday, October 18, when he was in the middle of his third day of school. She then informed the authorities of the school that Kaiser needed to receive medical attention. Nathan stated that Jenelle underwent a change of heart and placed the blame for the about-face on his mother. Nathan stated that his mother informed him that Jenelle had contacted her yelling and screaming over the purported involvement of Child Protective Services, CPS, and that this was ultimately what he believes that caused the former MTV star to alter her mind regarding Kaiser's new living arrangement. His father continued by saying, "The child is being thrown around." During their conversation, Nathan mentioned that his ex-fiancé needs to begin considering what is best for their son. Nathan asserted, "If you are unable to raise children, you should not raise children. Kaiser needs attention right now, and he needs to be in a good environment."